My name's Matthew Goggin, and this year our team name is the Boobies, which is kind of a fun and creative name. My wife Lauri actually came up with the team name for us. And I wanted to share a story about one of my favorite events within the event, within the 3 day. And it's really about some of the amazing and creative people that you get a chance to meet on the 3 day. Whenever I get a chance to meet and talk to the people on the 3 day, it's a transformative event. I'm always changed by what they give. It's such a dynamic process. I've been fortunate enough to participate in the event in lots of different capacities as a walker and on crew for almost 10 years now. For me, it's become a yearly pilgrimage to that place where I can be my very best self. And within the structure of having the strength and the support of everyone for 3 days, really striving to be their very best selves. The story that I like to tell is actually kind of a funny event. It was about my 10th event, and it was in the year 2007. I had signed up to work as the crew and was working on the gear and tent crew. It's my fifth time working different capacities as crew. Gear and tent is definitely one of the most physically demanding jobs. Anyone that's done that knows that you start your 3 day experience Friday morning greeting people and moving their 35 to 40-pound bags. Try and keep them to 35 pounds, but moving their bags up a ramp onto a small moving truck. And within the structure of that, there's a lot of camaraderie that builds. It becomes a very, very tight-knit crew. The first day is very, very intense. It's really nonstop working, and the friendship builds. The second day on the 3 day event is really kind of a chance for the gear and tent crew to relax a little bit. And what we did was we were just kind of taking in all of the camp life and looking around for some way to keep ourselves busy. What we did that year is it was the first year that the Coleman event was using pink tents. And so this pink tents just became the kernel of an idea for us. We looked around, and I'm not really sure who it was, but someone came up with this idea that, hey, you know, those tents are so big, they would actually look like two cups of an enormous brazier. And so this was the kernel of our idea, and this is actually what we set about going to do. We set up the two pink tents on the side of one of the large trucks that we had and really did make it look like brazier. We weren't satisfied with that. The creativity and the amazingness that came about, just the engineering coup of putting these two tents on the side of the truck was not enough for us. Now we started looking around for the small details, and hey, I know what we can use for a nipple. Someone ran over and they cut a soda can in half, and now it looks pretty realistically like a nipple. Now I know what we can use for the aureola. Yeah, the aurora borealis. Don't forget that. We got to include that. Someone cut a paper plate and they put that, and now it's looking really good. And then Lauri put the final finishing touch on it. She got one of the tie bags for the tents and put a tiny bow right underneath, well, you know, right in the middle where it needed to be to really accentuate the décolletage. Just brilliant, the capping point of what started as just a fun and funny and imaginative and creative day for us. Working as the crew, it was so intense to be involved with that and go through the dynamic process of making that, which was so fun and interesting to be involved with that side of it, the creative side of it. But when it was all done, it seems like it's just a small thing. Well, you guys just put tents on the side of a truck, just being kind of goofy. But it came to mean so much more than that because we were bold enough to do something that outrageous, that audacious. It was a great invitation for conversations. So many walkers stopped and had a moment to laugh at the side of the truck and to appreciate what the Gear and Tent crew had done for them, conversations that were started and built around this, just taking the chance to be, really to be big and to think big. So that's my favorite moment, and it kind of punctuates what the event has come to mean for me. It's 3 days to go beyond yourself, really to appreciate other people and to find meaning in doing something bigger, something more than you thought you were capable of. Thanks.